Hi everyone, welcome to the round 7 game from Tata Steel, in which Levon Aronian won the tournament. This position was his game against Gelfand, and it wasn't the most exciting game, but this was the one key moment where I feel like Aronian had to play the best move. And so I'd like you guys to try to spend some time, figure out what you would do here for black. Alright, I'm going to show it now. So white is up a pawn, however, it is a double pawn on the b file. But this is a dangerous position for black. If black goes wrong here, it's going to be ugly. So let's say he goes something like, maybe he's down a pawn, he doesn't want to trade queens, and he goes queen to c7. White can just take, let's say pawn takes, and then maybe a move like queen to e3. Now, yes, white is up a double pawn, and it's not that big a deal because it's doubled. However, this king is still in the center of the board. White's king is castled. This position is horrible for black. Because of this king on e8, it has nowhere safe to go. Rook to c1 is coming. The position is just very bad. Any other move like knight to e5 is also very risky. After maybe just knight takes e5. Knight takes bishop. If queen takes bishop again, it's a middle game, but black's queen is not very well placed. So let's say queen takes queen, bishop takes, pawn takes knight, and now something like rook a7. White's just better. Maybe even I think rook a7 is the right move. And it just looks like a very, very pleasant position for white. And even if something like rook c1 also seems quite reasonable. f3, and this extra pawn does matter to some degree. We could go king f2, bring the king in. Black has some defensive chances, but it's not great. It's not like super fun to play. But Aronian played definitely the best move. First of all, even though we're down a pawn, our king is weaker than black's for sure. So we want to trade queen. So knight e5 is the second best move, I'd say, but knight c5 is the best. And after this move, white is pretty much forced to trade queens. Why is it not moving forward in the game? Here we go. Knight c5, queen d8, rook d8. And the key now is also, if knight takes b6, pawn takes, we're attacking e4. And black has enough compensation. We're going to win the pawn back, and the endgame should be fine. Therefore, white simply took this. And now played rook f to c1, attacking the bishop, and then rook c4, defending the pawn. But now we have two bishops. The two bishops are crucial. They give black all the compensation he needs. They control all the key entry squares for the rooks. Look at the little circle I drew. And after king e7, rook d6, just making a few quick moves. But the two bishops compensate for the extra doubled pawn for sure. Rook f4, king e7, rook c8. Bishop c7 is a good move, actually. The rook has nowhere good to go. He actually had to sack the exchange, because if rook d4, we can take on f3, and then take on h3. So he just sacked the exchange. And actually, this position is totally fine for white. We're down 2 pawns, we're down 2 pawns for the exchange, but the 2 pawns are very strong. The bishop protects them, and they're passed pawns. So black actually has no winning chances here at all, even with the extra exchange. And the game was drawn pretty shortly. Yeah, they agreed to a draw here. Just the thing is, the white rook and king can't stray too far, or else white will make a queen, basically. So the position is basically drawn. But the key moment was to recognize that the middle games are tough for you because of your weak king, and you just have to go knight c5 and start trading things off. And recognizing it attacks the e-pawn and leads to 2 bishops in this situation. And honestly, it's a process of elimination. All their moves are just really bad. And these moves, while they're easy for guys like Aronian to find, they're not easy. I actually expect most people who looked at this got it wrong, like the majority. Just because black has a lot of choices, it's not so simple to just kind of evaluate all the key facets of a position. So that's the key moment of this game. Not the most exciting, but basically they drew. Aronian has some huge score still. I think like 5.5 out of 7, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a pretty good score. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.